Hello and welcome to my Ever Messy Art Studio. My name is Keeks, and today we are going to be using Catitude, but not in the way that you might be thinking. We're not going to be using it as a coloring book today. We're actually going to be using it as a drawing aid, and I'm going to show you how. So I've been reading this book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, and it comes highly recommended. A lot of art students actually use it in college. As I found out talking to different people. Originally I got it because Dee Dee Willingham had mentioned it on her morning shows, and then I've also talked to just a lot of different people about it, and people can't recommend it high enough. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh my gosh, this changed the way I draw. It's like amazing. And I've been having some really great moments with it. Right now I am in a section where you draw things upside down. So let me find the page with that on it. And it sounds crazy, but it actually works. What you're doing is, because you're drawing it upside down, the logical side of your brain goes, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. And you end up drawing a pretty decent replica of whatever you're trying to draw. So like, here's some examples here. And then I drew, let me grab the page that I was on for that. I drew these, and this is probably the best horse I've ever drawn. So if I flip it right side up, it looks pretty darn good. Like, I'm pretty impressed with it. So today what I thought we would try is, we can try the same thing, but I would like to try it with drawing cats. Cats are something that I have always struggled with, and I do have a specific cat in mind that I've picked out with Catitude. The cat that I would like to draw is actually this really cool Gandalf kitty, because I think it's awesome and fun. So that's what I want to try to draw today. But what we're going to do is, we are going to flip the kitty upside down, and then we're going to be over here on this side. So we're going to be looking at the kitty while we're drawing him. And I think that that will be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and find a blank page in here. Been doing a lot of exercises. This is a cool hand that I drew from one of the exercises. Let's see, I think we're right about here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to turn it right side up like this, and then we are going to just kind of go ahead and start drawing it upside down. And I'm thinking I'm going to start where this cane is. Let me make sure I'm in focus. I am. Okay, so let's give it a go. And this is quite a bit more of a detailed drawing than I've been doing. So I'm a little curious about how this will go. I think it should be fine. And one of the things it says in the book is, you know, don't worry about erasing and stuff like that. Like, you want to erase, like, you want to kind of do the best that you can do. And I may be drawing this way too big. I think I'm drawing it way too much to size. So let's actually go a little bit smaller and try again. And just remember that it's okay. So I'm gonna probably go a little quiet here while I'm concentrating, because the idea is you don't really want to talk at the same time. Just gonna go for it. Okay, so this is what we ended up with, and I don't think it looks that bad. Like, I think that this is actually pretty cool. It's definitely a lot better than I traditionally would have went, I think, if I had tried this very first right side up. I do see a couple of areas that I missed, probably because I was trying to get this done kind of fast. But for a quick sketch, that's not bad. Not at all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to do the opposite thing, and I'm going to actually draw this cat right side up. So I'm going to put upside down here, upside down, and today is the 27th. So this was upside down, and this is out of Catitude by Camilla D'Errico, as everybody likes to say, D'Errico. Okay, so we've got our cat, we've already done it upside down, so we're gonna try again. Now that we know that we can draw this image, I'm gonna try to draw it right side up, and we're gonna see how it goes. Because I feel like this pushed me to be like, okay, I can draw these shapes. So what we want to happen is we want to go into that drawing mode, but we want to go into that drawing mode and not think about the shapes. Like, I don't want to think about this as a cat, and instead I want to just think about it as pure shapes. And so we're going to try to replicate it again, but this time with the same mindset that we did drawing it upside down. I'm just going to see what happens. So this time I think I'm gonna put my book sideways, and I'm gonna put my cat over here a little bit, and I'm going to, I think, start with the eyes and go forward and see if we can do it. This is going to be a lot harder than the upside down way, because once again I'm going to have to fight the right side hand of my brain, whereas it turned off before, it's not going to be turning off here, and we got to try to force it to. So wish me luck. I'm finding I'm really struggling right around here. My brain is almost having a headache right now because I'm trying to, instead of saying, okay, this is a cat, I'm just trying to say, okay, here's the shape, here's the shape. And my mind is like really having a hard time wrapping around that. But I've done it once, darn it, I can do it again. It's funny, I almost feel super exhausted right now. Right here, I'm struggling because I keep my mind trying to say, oh, it's hair, it's hair, it's hair, and I'm not getting the flow that I would like here. I'm trying to turn that off. I can already tell I'm doing worse on this hair part. It's just interesting how just being upside down like completely improved everything. Whereas now I feel like I'm just making like a scribbly mess. Oh, there's supposed to be like a cape over here. feel like I'm getting lost in the weeds. Ah. See what's happening here? My mind is saying, oh, paws have this roundish thing instead of following the image. So it's good to notice these things. I'm going to try to draw the shapes that she's drawing instead, because her paws are not perfectly round the way that she draws them. But yeah, that's your brain trying to do the symbolism it recognizes as paws, because it's like, oh, you're drawing a paw. But that's not what we want. This time I have some more room for this bushy tail. It just looks like layers of scribbles. I don't know how to do this, but we're going with it. I think right now my right side of my brain is winning, unfortunately. I'm trying very, very hard. But it's a skill you gotta practice. Okay, so now we've got this hat and the staff to deal with, which the staff already is not going to be in the right place, unfortunately. And this time not all the hat's gonna fit. That's okay. So be careful here, because I know my mind's gonna go, hey, that's an ear. But the way she drew it, it's more burry. And see, this is very frustrating because I feel like I'm having a hard time concentrating on these fabric lines so they're not going the way they did before. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because I feel like that's as close as I can get. But if you look at this one looks a lot tidier, the face is a lot neater, the cloth is clothing better, the wood looks better, the hat shape is better. Here, I think I did the cat's beard better. Like, I feel like I got a better messy style with it. But my proportions are very wrong. They were more accurate over here. But isn't that interesting how drawing upside down can make for a better drawing? I think that's wild to me. I wish I would have tried to draw it long ways like this. I didn't really think of that. I just was trying to figure out, I was thinking that it would fit long ways like this. But I'm gonna write right side up on this one. Because I think this was a good experiment. Well, if you stuck with me this long, thank you so much for watching. I know this one was probably a little weird, but it's really interesting, and I think I'm not going to put any extra commentary on it. I'm not going to actually speed it up, I don't think. I think I'm going to let it go long ways. That way, if you're trying the exercise too, you can do it with me. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for returning. And if you are somebody who is new to me, hello and welcome. I do all kinds of different mixed media art, and I would love it if you would come hang out with me again sometime. And thank you so much. Bye.